Hi guys, welcome to Urban Treats. It's been a while, but we are back with weekly videos, and today we're making Pineapple Delight. This recipe is super easy to make and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. And don't forget to leave any questions in the comment section. Let's get started. Now, first step is super easy. We're gonna make a graham cracker crust. Very simple, similar to what we do with the cheesecake. All we need is 250 or 220 to 250 grams of graham crackers. We'll pop them here into our blender or food processor. Put this on your machine here, ready to go. And we'll give it a quick blend. Okay, and now that we have a nice fine cookie crumble or biscuit crumble, we will add in 110 grams of melted butter. But as always, the ingredients will be in the description, so you can just look that up there. So pop that in here. And also add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now that's optional. If you don't like it too sweet, just leave them out. To blend this until it's all combined, and then we'll pop it into the form. Done. So that's how easy this step is. All we need now is our form. And I'm using one that it's like a spring form that you can easily release, because it's going to be much easier to get it out afterwards. If you don't have a spring form, you can use some baking paper, line it with baking paper, so it's much easier to get it out once it's set. Now you want to spread this evenly in the form. And then you can use the back of a spoon or the back of a glass to just compress it as tightly as you can, because we want this to be compact, so when we cut it later, it doesn't fall apart. And once you're done, you can smoothen out the edges a little bit with your spoon. So if you just run it along, you're going to get a nice smooth edge. Okay, now the crust is ready. We're going to put this in the oven at 175 degrees, about 350 Fahrenheit, and we'll let this bake for 10 to 12 minutes. It's going to compact everything, hold everything together, bring out the butter and the cookie flavor a little bit more. And while this is in the oven, I'm going to clean up here and we'll prepare for the second layer of the Pineapple Delight. We're ready for part 2. But now we're going to make the second layer, and that's the pineapple flavored buttercream. We'll get the butter. That's 110 grams of butter. And don't forget, the ingredients are in the description. And we'll add about 70 to 80% of the sugar. There you go. That's enough. Now, the butter and the cream cheese have both been sitting out for about an hour and a half to bring them to room temperature, because that's going to make it much easier to blend them with all the other ingredients. If you just got them out of the fridge, then either let them warm up a little bit. Don't use the microwave, because that's just going to melt it. Or if you don't have enough time and you need to be quick and ready, you can simply keep stirring them. Cut the butter into small pieces and then keep folding it with a spoon or with a fork until it's nice and soft. Now mine is already soft, and because I don't really want to make a mess here with all the powdered sugar, I'm just going to combine it a little bit with a spoon, and then once it's done, I'm going to use my hand mixer to cream everything. So let's do that. I combined the powder sugar and the butter, and it's a nice paste now, like you can see here. And when I start my hand mixer, it's not going to make a big mess with the powder sugar flying all over the kitchen and coating the whole kitchen in powder. So I'll go to slow speed and I'll keep blending this for 2 to 3 minutes until it's nice and creamy. The butter is going to become a bit lighter colored, a little bit pale, and that's when you know it's ready. Next, we're gonna add in the cream cheese. And we'll just put the whole thing here in with the butter. And at this point, we can also add the vanilla extract. Okay, that's ready and well combined. And as a last step, we're gonna add some pineapple and a little bit of pineapple juice. Now I have 3 to 4 tablespoons here, but I'm not gonna use everything. I will add 1 tablespoon at a time, just not to thin up too much the cream or the buttercream. So go sparingly, add a little bit. It's just really an extra touch of pineapple flavor in your recipe. I can see I can add a little bit more, so I'll just add another tablespoon. That should be fine, but that's it, I'm not gonna add more. Now let's add most of the pineapple chunks. We're only gonna leave a few as a decoration for the top. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add half first. I'll blend them with the mixer, so the mixer is going to shred them a little bit, and then the rest I'm going to leave them in whole chunks. The buttercream is ready. We'll check on the cream cracker crust and see if it's cooled down enough for us to assemble the first 2 layers, and then we'll go to the last and final step. Crust is ready, and before we put the buttercream on top, we're just gonna slightly chop up the remaining pineapples. Great, that's ready. And now we add the buttercream. And now we'll just sprinkle the remaining pineapple on top. Because it still has a lot of liquid, just squeeze it out a little bit. We don't want the cream cheese or the heavy cream to soak up all the liquid afterwards. So squeeze it out a little bit and then just place them on top. Okay, ready. We'll put this in the fridge and I'll clean up here a little bit. We'll prepare the final layer, which is really just a slightly sweetened heavy cream or double cream. And then we'll put it in the fridge, let it cool down, and then we're ready for our taste test. Let's add our cream on top. We'll just flatten it a little bit with a palette knife. Four of these Graham crackers here, and I'll just crunch them up in a bowl. Now, before we go to the taste test, if you've enjoyed this video and if you want to help our channel grow, make sure you click that like button and the bell button, and maybe share it with your friends. And if you want to leave a comment, that would be absolutely amazing. Now, we're ready for the taste test. Let's go. Let's see how it turned out. absolutely delicious. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.